So picture this. You're finally settling down in a cozy cafe with your favorite coffee, or maybe you're just killing time at an airport gate, right? What is literally the very first thing most of us do? We pull out our phones, scan for a network, and tap that magical free Wi-Fi button so we can connect instantly. I mean, it feels like a totally harmless automatic reflex at this point. You just want to catch up on emails or mindlessly scroll social media without eating up your mobile data plan. Okay, let's dive right into this. Because before you start scrolling, we really need to ask a $1 million question. And I mean that literally. What if that free connection is silently putting your entire bank account at risk? It's a pretty stark contrast when you think about it. On one hand, you're just trying to save, a few megabytes of mobile data? But on the other, you might be exposing your life savings and your personal identity to this completely invisible threat. In this explainer, we're going to map out exactly why you need to be incredibly careful before you click Join Network. Well, the reality is, public Wi-Fi networks are kind of like the Wild West compared to your secured router at home. Think of an unsecured network like having a highly sensitive private conversation in a crowded room right next to an open window. Anyone standing outside can hear exactly what you're saying. If cybercriminals intercept your connection while you're entering sensitive info, there is a massively higher risk that your private data could just be completely exposed and captured in plain text. And this brings us to the ultimate prize. When you're browsing unprotected, attackers aren't just snooping on your memes. They don't care about that. They are actively hunting for your most critical assets. We're talking usernames, passwords, and your sensitive banking details. If they manage to intercept your connection, this is the exact payload they are desperately hoping to extract from you. But here's the really sneaky part. Cybercriminals don't just wait around for you to stumble. They actually build the traps themselves. This brilliantly illustrates the whole fake network trick. Imagine seeing two networks, one called Airport Free Wi-Fi and another spelled exactly the same but with underscores instead of spaces. It's kind of the hacker equivalent of a cheap fake mustache. One tiny, easily overlooked typo is literally all it takes to trick you into connecting. And if you join that malicious twin, your internet traffic is now fully routed through their machine, allowing them to quietly capture every single piece of unencrypted information you send out. Actually, scratch that, it gets even more sophisticated. Have you ever heard of session hijacking? Imagine this scenario. You wait to enter your password until you're absolutely sure nobody is looking over your shoulder, and you log into your banking app. Good job, right? Well, an attacker doesn't even need to intercept your keystrokes. They simply wait for you to authenticate and then silently hijack your active session token from behind the scenes. To your bank server, the requests still look perfectly legitimate and authenticated by you. Terrifying, right? Plus, these unsecured networks can act as completely frictionless delivery systems for malware. Instead of just passively snooping on your traffic, a compromised public network can actually force malicious payloads directly onto your device to scrape your files, inject keyloggers, or even take remote control of the whole shebang. So a really crucial baseline defense here is making absolutely sure your device's operating system and your apps are constantly updated and patched against any known vulnerabilities. All right, let's shift gears for a second. Take a breath. You are far from powerless here. Let's look at a really proactive, energetic cybersecurity defense plan so you can actually shield yourself from these specific attacks. Let's walk through a super secure workflow together. Step 1, just avoid mobile banking on public Wi-Fi altogether. If you are doing sensitive tasks, simply toggle your Wi-Fi off. Boom, done. Step 2, if you absolutely need internet access for these tasks, use your mobile data. Your cellular network is, without a doubt, your absolute best shield against those local Wi-Fi traps. And step 3, always log out immediately after you finish. Don't just close the app, terminate the session entirely so that authentication token can never be hijacked later. So, the crucial point is, consider this your hard and fast rulebook. Never, under any circumstances, enter these 4 things on an unsecured connection: your passwords, your ATM pins, your bank account info, or your credit and debit card details. Just don't do it. If you're on a hotel or cafe Wi-Fi and you reach a checkout page, stop immediately. Switch back to your mobile data before you type a single digit. Now, what's really interesting about this is how easily you can lock down your accounts by leveraging tools you probably already have. Use the Zero Trust tools built right into your phone. Mandate Face ID or fingerprint authentication for all your financial apps, and always enforce one-time passwords or two-factor authentication. This ensures that even if a packet sniffer somehow grabs your master password over public Wi-Fi, your account remains completely walled off without that secondary, time-sensitive code. As we lock down our devices, we also need to secure our mindset with a golden rule. Your bank will never ask for your PIN, OTP, or password through a phone call, SMS, or email. Let me deliver this with absolute authority. If anyone, anywhere, requests this information from you out of the blue, it is a social engineering scam. Almost certainly. Never share these specific details. Period. So, what does this all mean? It all comes down to this final essential question. Is saving a little mobile data really worth risking your life savings? Free Wi-Fi might save you a few megabytes on your monthly bill, for sure. But when you weigh that against the invisible, silent threats of data theft, session hijacking, and malware deployment, it's just rarely worth it. Stay alert, proactively protect your data, and always think twice before connecting to those public networks. If you found this explainer helpful and empowering, be sure to share it with your friends and family so they can secure their devices too. Stay safe out there.